Welcome to this crash course on iOS Keynote for busy teachers. In part 1, I'll introduce you to how you can use Magic Move to create automatic animations effortlessly. Go ahead and open up Keynote. Choose a theme. I usually like this basic white, understanding multimedia learning theory. Less is more. Delete everything. Now press this thumbnail on the side. Go to Animate, and you see Add a Transition Effect. Go to Magic Move. If you're on an iPad, it might ask you to duplicate slides. You can just press Cancel. Now, go to Shape. Let's add a black square up in the top corner. So, here is the key to how you can quickly use Magic Move. Press that thumbnail and then press Command D. If you're on an iPad, you can just press the thumbnail and you should see the option for duplicating. Now, in the second one, let's go ahead and change the size. Go to Format. Go ahead and change the color. You could also manually change it there. Now, you'll see when you press play from the first slide with Magic Move on, it automatically creates this transition. So, next, let's press Command D to duplicate again. This time, let's make it a bit smaller, and we can center it. And let's change the color to green. Let's duplicate it again. This time, let's add in a title. Now, if you want to make this bigger, you can select it and press Command and hold the plus button. That's really good for quick changes. Or you can go to Text under Format, and then you can change it that way. Let's change it to 118. Okay. So now we see that we have this. Very, very quickly, we can create some cool animations. Okay. So let's go ahead and duplicate that again. This time we will let's add in a star. So let's add in a star here, and let's change the color to be a blue star. Okay. And then you can duplicate that, and let's go ahead and add some text. So I'll just say text 1. Okay. Now, let's duplicate this. Now, here's a cool thing. With the duplicate feature, you don't even need to copy and paste. I can even multi-select. If I hold Command and press Command D, and I can copy both of those at the same time. I can line them up. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. On the new one, on this slide, let's change it to yellow. Change this to text 2. And then you see these two, let's select them both at the same time. And then if you go to Format, Style, and the bottom opacity, let's move that down to like 38%, because we want our learners to focus on this new point, but still having this old point of reference. So, just to show you what this looks like, you have point, maybe a picture, and then you can have a keyword. You have point 2, and like that. Okay. Let's do this one more time. So I can copy both of these, make sure you duplicate that, make a new slide, duplicate both of these, and then let's change this to red. We'll change this to text 3, and we'll also make both of those about 35%. Okay, duplicate again. This time, let's add in an arrow. Okay, you can just add in an arrow, duplicate again. This time, let's make the arrow longer. And then duplicate again. Let's add in a heart. So there's actually all types of great objects. A lot of times when you can just use what they already have here for a lot of things, because basic graphics often suffice. Let's see if they have a heart. Okay. Go press this heart. Now, let's make it a little different. How about you can choose the color? Let's choose this bright red. Let's choose a fuzzy border. Make the border slightly larger. And we can add a drop shadow. Okay. Here's what we have. Starting from here. You see, it's chunking the text. It goes faded so we can focus on text 2. Press it again. Text 3. And then we have this arrow. The arrow grows like that. And we have this last thing. So this is just a very fast way that you can chunk information, add compelling animations, and present learning materials. Let me show you one more trick. So I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to erase everything. Okay? Well, I want you to go to Shapes, and we'll type in Arrow. Okay. So let's go ahead, and you can play with this to make it look different as you want. For example, how about we say it has a fuzzy border. We'll make it yellow. Oh, no, let's flip it. Yellow with a black fuzzy border. There we go, and we'll increase that. So go ahead, and you can put this outside of the canvas and then duplicate it once, duplicate it twice. Now go ahead and let's just get a basic shape. Let's get a circle. And then duplicate that 3 times as well. So if you already know the materials you're going to build upon, you can do this, which will create a different effect, and you just move them in step by step. So I'll start here with this blank one, duplicate this. Let's go ahead and move this circle down, and then duplicate it, and we can move this arrow over here, and let's grab that circle down. And then duplicate it, move this here, move that there, and then duplicate that again. And we just have like this. I made an extra one. Okay. So you go back to the first slide, press play, and you see this moves in here, that moves in there, that moves in there. So you can, for example, showing sequence, especially if using real photos, just a really visually compelling way to enhance your presentation. And a last thing, let's say you're like, oh man, I realize I should have done this. That would have been a great idea. You can do it. It's a little less convenient. You have to actually go back. Let's say I want to add 1 and 2 to all of these. So you have to go back and do that manually, but you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Same thing. So it is possible to make changes, and just using these basic features, you can do a lot quickly. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this. In the next part, I will show you how we can work with images and use some interesting features such as alpha masking.